If there's one thing you should be taught in life, it's never to judge upon initial reaction. West Ham fans, myself included, are guilty of doing this, and the events that have transpired in the last 24 hours have certainly shown why you should not do so. Let's talk about the comments Gianluca Scamacca has made to Gazzetta. And I'm going to be honest with you. I reacted really angrily to this at first. I was in the camp telling him to get out of the club. But then I thought about it and I said to myself, maybe there's more to it than we think. And if it hadn't been for Fabrizio Romano's really dogshit journalism, then we would have got the full story. It turns out there is really no reason to panic. He seems like he's staying at West Ham, and this isn't him jumping ship. What am I exactly talking about? Well, in this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly why there's no need to be really that concerned at the minute, and I'm going to be ripping into Fraud Brizio, big time. There had been very loose rumours suggesting that Scamacca would leave West Ham after just one season. The 24-year-old Italian has no family in the UK, with his mother, sister and girlfriend all living in Italy. And there was a high possibility that he was going to return to Serie A for two reasons. One being personal, and the other because it's where he is the most comfortable playing football. It's where he spent a lot of time playing. I initially didn't believe this because he has lived away from home before. In fact, he had his youth career spent in the Netherlands. He was a teenager living away from his family. So I don't think that living away from home for him really is a big deal. However, Fabrizio Romano, who's starting to lose a lot of credibility this window, by the way, came out and tweeted this, quote, West Ham Gianluca Scamacca, Roma is my home. It'd be a dream scenario to have Jose Mourinho as manager, he told Gazzetta. I'm sure I'd improve my skills a lot under Jose at Roma, he added. Well, that immediately thought West Ham fans were like, oh, he's just going to go piss off to Italy. Get out of our club, you absolute Judas. 35 million, we want every single penny back for that and all of his wages included. If he's going to go and jump ship like this, we need fighters in the team. Okay, while I don't disagree with what's being said, I had to think about this a little bit and take a little bit of a step back. I can't really step, so I'll just roll back in this chair. I took a roll back, okay, and I said to myself, well, maybe there is a lot more to this than meets the eye. Have we read the full interview? Is Fabrizio only telling us part of this? And the answer turned out to be yes, because this was followed up with a tweet by Mr. Romano a few hours later, and it read this. I've always reasoned with my heart, so you know what are the two colours of my heart. But now I'm a West Ham player, and this is the most important part, despite the rumours, I feel good here. Roma is my home, and what player in the world wouldn't dream of being coached by Mourinho? So, that's a kind of flip side to what was initially said. Because Scamacca is now saying, yes, I have a dream of playing for Roma, my hometown team, and Jose Mourinho is a manager I'd love to work under, but I like playing for West Ham right now. So, naturally I was thinking to myself, well, we need a little bit more context here. What's actually been said in full? He's been linked with moves to Milan, Roma, Juventus, maybe some other teams in Europe. So he put them to bed with this quote that I'm going to put on my laptop now. I always have and always will, but if I were to return to Serie A, it wouldn't be because I failed in England, which is not the case. Simply because it would be an indispensable opportunity. No, it wouldn't even be a step backwards for my career. Our league remains one of the best. I've always reasoned from the heart and will continue to do so in the future. And you know what are the two colours of my heart. But now I'm a West Ham player, and despite all the rumours, I feel good here too. For me, Roma is home, and Totti was my idol as a child. And what player in the world wouldn't dream of being coached by Mourinho? I am convinced that Mou would stimulate me, and with him I would improve him even more. Pilgrims, we spoke. He is a friend. Let's say we joked a bit. Well, I see that as kind of harmless, really. So all you West Ham fans can now delete your tweets calling Scamacca an arsehole, a Judas, or whatever nasty words you want to call him. I'm not going to put them on this because it's inappropriate. I don't really think that this is him saying, I want to go back to Italy, screw all you West Ham. He even admitted to playing last season with a torn meniscus and also called Declan Rice the best midfielder he's ever played with, saying that Rice reminds Scamacca of Steven Gerrard. That could be quite a compliment in itself. Is this him wanting to leave? Absolutely not, and I'll say that. Absolutely not. He even hinted that he wants to get back to full fitness, go into the regular season and hit 20 goals. That's a good attitude to have. If he gets the full season, starts and stays fit, I see no reason why he can't get at least 12 or 13, maybe even as close as 18, 19, 20 goals. I'm not going to condemn him as such for this interview. Why should I? Condemn's probably too strong of a word. But Fabrizio Romano is losing respect this window because of what he's been saying. He said Declan Rice was here we go. We still don't know where we are with that. Scamacca quotes were taken out of context because we weren't given the full story. It led to false assumptions and easy misinterpretations. This is bad from someone who's considered one of the best sports journalists in the world. He's one of the most reliable sources for footballing transfers. The man who claims he has about at least 200 phone calls a day to make. You can't do things like that, man. It's not fair. I think Scamacca really does have a point to prove. Only scored 3 goals in the league last season and made 16 appearances. And he's been capable of proving some quite classy goals. The first one against Wolves, he likes to shoot them from distance. James Alcott said that Scamacca, quote, scores at least 1 goal of the month contender every month. Why are people so quick to judge and why are we so foolish? You know what? We've done it before. We jumped the gun on calling Sofal and Souček racists over an incident with a black player. And now we're calling Scamacca a snake for wanting to leave West Ham when it's not true. I think he does feel happy at West Ham, to be honest. He's got Angelo Ogbonna here. And I think Ogbonna's been vital in convincing him to stay. Let's not forget, Ogbonna came to West Ham with some struggles getting into Juventus' first team. He came to the East End, found a starting place in the team and felt the love of the fans and played very well for many years. Scamacca, I think, can do the same. I know a lot can happen in this transfer window, but he stays on. Great. West Ham's not going to accept any loans for him. Keep him on and then come back to me next summer. But just for the record, folks, there is a moral of the story. Don't jump the gun next time.